The new film Stretch, starring Patrick Wilson, Chris Pine, Jessica Alba, Ed Helms, and Ray Liotta, was set to hit AMC Theatres on March 21st, but it appears that isn't happening anymore. Universal Studios seems to have lost faith in the $5 million film and have pulled it from the release schedule. The studio reportedly then gave permission to producer Jason Blum and director Joe Carnahan to shop the film around to see if another distributor would release it, but they failed to make a deal with anyone, and Universal is now looking at possibly doing a straight-to-home video release. Dennis, what do you make of this whole situation?
I'm wondering, how bad is this movie? I mean, it only cost $5 million. It's got decent names in it, and it has a decent director, Joe Carnahan, which I liked The Gray. I wasn't that big a fan of A-Team, but I figured, okay, for $5 million, putting this out, but they don't want to put any money behind the marketing or distribution. That makes me wonder the quality of this flick. It actually makes me more interested in seeing it now.
Yeah.
Jimmy?
You know what? I like Joe. I think he's an interesting. He's a good action director. But the idea that it's $5 million, I just throw it out there. Just throw it out there at a limited release. I wish we'd see more of that. You could make 100 of these films for one major blockbuster. I don't know. It can't be that bad. I wonder if it's political. It can't be that bad. There's no way.
Well, here's the thing. Joe Carnahan took to his Twitter last night and started saying, Carnahan says it's the best film he's ever made.
Yeah.
This is coming from the guy who directed The Gray. And I actually liked A-Team a little bit more than you did. Not that it was in my top 10 favorite movies of that year, but I appreciate it. And I think Carnahan's a good director. And he's saying this is his best film. But it brings up a very interesting point. It's a $5 million movie, and a lot of movie fans hear small budgets, like here, oh, it only costs $20 million to make, it only costs $5 million to make. Universal, according to the report from the Hollywood Reporter, Universal believes they have to put together a $20 to $40 million distribution package. That's getting the prints, doing the marketing, the advertising they need to get it out there, people know about it. So yeah, it's a cost $5 million to make. But Universal, as a distributor, says now they're in a position they got to spend $20 to $40 million. And do they think this movie? And remember the way we talked about movie finances. So at $5 million, and let's go on the high end, $40 million for the distribution, $45 million. That $45 million movie needs to make about $75 to $80 million at the box office just to break even. So it becomes very interesting. But why just 2 months before its release? Here's what I think. I think Universal had some chips down on the fact that Chris Pine was in this, and he would be a little bit of a draw. And what did Chris Pine just star in?
Jack Ryan.
Jack Ryan, which
true.
debuted at number 4 at a $15 million opening. And I think that made Universal goes, well, you know what? The Chris Pine chip was one of the chips that we thought maybe would make this worth it, and now that's out of play. Yeah. We don't think we can break even on this. And I do think it was interesting that they let Jason Blum them shop it around to other studios, and nobody wanted it. Which is, it's an interesting thing, but the world of movie finance is kind of complicated, I guess.
If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to AMC Movie News on YouTube. It's free and a great way to stay updated with all the latest movie news, and check out our daily show, AMC Movie Talk. Also, don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Twitter to stay in the loop for our special prizes, giveaways, and contests.